All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to STR Q&A. Couple minutes tardy. I just finished up a workout and I wanted to make sure this was streamed everywhere. I had some Facebook Live issues, which I got resolved. Thank you for being patient. Today we were talking Airbnb experiences, the summer 2025 release, all the new crap that Airbnb is throwing at you. I've actually distilled it down into a couple major points that you want to listen to. So, kind of high level 2025 Airbnb summer release. Anytime they do these huge releases, they are a lot of the times they're overhyped. I think this one actually is not overhyped, and I'll show you why here in 1 second. I think the fees is a really big point. Drop your questions down below. We've got a decent amount of people watching live here, but I'm going to share my screen, kind of show you some of the experiences, some of the different things that Airbnb is rolling out. I'm just here to kind of summarize my take. I've spent a decent amount of time researching it, but man, every time these releases come out, there is just they usually roll them out in phases. They'll usually just shock the system and be like, boom, okay, here's what's going on. And then hosts are kind of like scrambling a little bit. I've been there. Our clients have been there. Our students have been there. This is kind of my first reaction of like the summer release, my initial thoughts. So without further ado, I'm going to share my screen here in 1 sec and kind of roll through the big points. I think a lot of it is a little bit of fluff, but I think Airbnb is the trendsetter here, and let's jump right in. So without further ado, kind of housekeeping. Every Wednesday at about 6, we'll do the STR Q&A. Fridays at 1 Eastern. That is more of an advanced kind of topic where I'll kind of dive into a little bit like price labs, pricing strategy, underwriting a property, things like that every short-term rental investor wants to know. So let me make this a little bit bigger. All right, 2025 summer release. A lot of people have been talking, about these experiences, the services, things like that. I don't think those are the big deal. I think they kind of snuck in a couple things on the back door that are a little bit more important. Now, I do think there is a big opportunity for hosts with these new experiences. They've redesigned the app, they redesigned the whole thing. This is actually the transparent fees. This is probably the biggest point that I'm going to cover here shortly. But the two biggest things, as you can go in here, experiences, services, they're new, they got new icons, they're colorful, like they want people to click on them. And I'm going to show you how, from a hosting perspective, you can utilize these. So get out of here. All right. So first thing, you can opt out. I think whenever it first rolled out, everybody was like, oh my God, like, I don't want to do this. Like, what is the liability of bringing, a private chef to my property that I didn't have signed my rental agreement, or whatever the concern is, right? There's just, everybody has a perspective, especially with anything brand new, right? So you can opt out. You can contact Airbnb support and tell them, hey, I do not want to offer these services at my property, so on and so forth. I'm under the impression that anything new, any of these new features, Airbnb wants you to use them. They are incentivizing hosts to use them. They will promote your listing if you use them. So I almost never opt out of anything. Full disclosure. I've never been burned or anything from these things. I think it really helps with the algorithm. Airbnb is never going to tell you that, but that's just between you and I. I would not opt out of these things. So complete side, but Airbnb services, the redesign for experiences have been out for a while, but they've just redesigned them and revamped them. There's a new app, and then there's new policy changes. Those are kind of the four big topics that we're going to get into today. So Airbnb services, I think this is the way that I view this. It's like it's a bolt on to your hosting originally. So you're selling like 4 walls and a couple beds, right? That's typically what almost every host is. Airbnb is trying to take that a step further and create more of an experience, right? Airbnb experiences, the services, they want to become the everything app. I don't know if they'll ever get there, but that is kind of their mo. Their modem is modem. Uh, I don't even know what the right word is. It's been a long day. But they want to create the everything experiences. So not only are you booking a place to stay, you're booking a private chef, you're booking massages, you're booking a yoga retreat. Like they want to, I really, really like Brian in how he's, being the trendsetter here and paving the way. From a host, we're just honestly, we're trying to keep up. So I think probably the biggest opportunity here is like creating your own service, right? Like if you have a unique experience, like in Charlotte, for example, like if you can create a boat rental, if you can do like a private experience, maybe you're like a tour to the Whitewater Center, maybe a paddleboard yoga little thing, like maybe you're a host but you also love yoga. Like if you could combine those two and create your own experience, your own service, sorry, that's like gold standard. That's what I would do. Like for me, like I love coffee. Like maybe I do a coffee tour or like private coffee, or give you the top, show you around the city and be like, okay, here's the top 3 coffee spots in the city, and here's why. Here's the owners. Like here's the favorite brew. Like this is how they, service the customers different here. Like you can create your own kind of experience. I think the easier path is partnering with somebody who already does this. So think, masseuse, private chefs, yoga retreats. Like, oh my God, the freaking opportunities are endless. At one of our properties, we offer the owner of a property knows a restaurant owner. So we offer like a discount to that restaurant. That's like a very easy thing to do, very low hanging fruit if you have a connect somewhere in the city. Now, if you're hosting remotely, which I know a lot of my followers, a lot of my students do host remotely, it'd be a little bit more difficult to do this because you're not there. You're not boots on the ground. You don't really know kind of the lay of the land. You're not tied in. You're not networking with other people. You don't have the concierge services available to everybody. So a little bit harder there, but it shouldn't stop you from doing that. So partner with somebody. The opportunities are endless with like who to partner with. Think restaurants, anything that you do for fun. Just have a conversation with them. We're starting to do this. We haven't put a lot of time into it. Full transparency. Kate, let's see. You just have insurance. Yep, nothing new. Yep, exactly. So Kate, appreciate you watching. Yes, 100%. Just have insurance. I think Airbnb is offering an additional insurance on top of their like $1 million liability coverage. Once again, haven't went through it. Hopefully never have to. But so the next question is like, okay, let's say you do, all this legwork, you partner with a yoga studio to have like an in-house yoga or whatever it is, right? Right now, it's just adding it to the listing description. That's I found to be the easiest way to do it. At some point, they're probably going to integrate some like way to cross-reference and cross-sell and upsell guests. But right now, it's probably just a link to a specific service. Now, if you're a host and also a service provider, you can just kind of cross-reference those internally. So I kind of think Turo. So if you're big one here in Charlotte is like getting to like, we have a lot of, travelers that fly in, right? We've got an international airport, 10 minutes from the city. Getting from like the airport to your Airbnb, you can like Turo, super, super easy, low hanging fruit of partnering with somebody that has a Turo fleet. It's just a way to rent cars. It's Airbnb for rental cars versus like going to the rental car place, waiting an hour. You can pick up your Turo car in the spot and then drive to your Airbnb. It's your rental for the weekend. I've seen something that's becoming a little bit. It's honestly creative. It's not my idea, but I really like it. Like buy 3 nights and get a wine tasting for free. I've seen this be specifically in the headlines. I think it's really cool and really creative to do something like that, where you're like, okay, maybe a guest is coming for Friday and Saturday, but if you can upsell them to stay Sunday night, maybe they'll get a free wine tasting or like a 50% off wine tasting tour or whatever your service is that you want to offer. I think that is a super super creative way to do it. So let's kind of poke around in the services. I haven't spent too much time like actually looking through here, but as we'll kind of go through here, I'll kind of fire from the hip if there's anything here that catches my eye. Photography, chefs, we had mentioned training. Oh, that's interesting. Maybe a personal trainer to come to the house. Hair, like wedding. If you're getting ready for like a wedding, having the hair people come to your property, your Airbnb, that's actually really smart. Catering, we had mentioned that before. Nails, similar kind of cosmetic thing. Prepared meals, that's interesting. Coming soon. Massage coming soon. Makeup coming soon. Spa treatments, yeah. So like all those kind of concierge services. Photography, this is also a very interesting. They've had the commercial photography check mark on the listings for a while. This is just kind of integrating that a little bit further. Megan, appreciate you watching. Caleb, do you know what license certificate they require for these services? Honestly, I don't know. I don't think you need a license. I don't know, but I don't think you have to have like a special license. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, I apologize. Obviously, do your research here, but I don't think you would need a standalone license. Now, if you're like providing something, I would probably do it the right way and like have an LLC, like get insurance, things like that. Like don't be an idiot and like provide private chef and then your chef is not covered under liability. They're doing hibachi at the property and they catch the house on fire. Like definitely don't offer that without proper coverage. But private chefs, this is a really good one. The hibachi thing, man, it's so much fun. Let's see, waterless pedicures, men's grooming, bites, feel better, move better, play better. So it looks like a golf experience, nails, boutiquing, big city dining. Okay, so hair as well. Events by Mike. Movement. Let's see, photography again, chefs, personal training, massage, makeup. Yeah, and this is just scratching the surface. There is going to be a lot of roll down effects of all of these services being added. There's going to be new categories. It's gonna go a while. It's funny you like that one. All right, so back to the notes here. Any question on services? Let me know. Great question, Megan, about the license. So experiences have been around for I don't even know when they got launched. They were kind of like a small launch in a lot of those, but this is more kind of the way I think about the experiences is it's similar to services, but more of like a tailored specific to like a property, like a city, like this one, Glam Up for Lollapalooza. Like this is specifically, I love Lollapalooza. It's a festival in Chicago, but man, this is like a Chicago original where you can get glammed up for your all-star weekend. So all this is obviously done, at the property. Honestly, very, very expensive. But there's going to be so many spinoffs and so many business opportunities. Like my mind is racing for things like this. So that's like a completely original. Go backstage with Lollapalooza Festival producer. Oh, that's interesting. This is where like, holy crap, the cat is out of the bag. So these are the Airbnb originals is what they're calling them. Kind of obviously similar to like your Netflix original, where that's the only place that you're going to be able to offer it. Tour de France inspired jersey. That's pretty freaking cool. Hit the ice. Fuel up with the Tour de France. Yeah, these are like bigger events. But think about these big events on a local level. Like what does your local level have? Like Charlotte, Whitewater Center, things like that are we're like a huge frisbee golf. We have like a huge not a festival, like the Frisbee Golf Championship somewhere in Charlotte. We get guests there every year, like things like that, like very, very local. So experience in Charleston, experience in Asheville. I actually just went to Asheville this past weekend for a half marathon, and I'm still sore. But this, yeah, so Paddle River to the breweries, like that's a freaking cool one. So like you got paddle boards, you got, it looks like you get a little community here. Yeah, God, there's so many opportunities here. Let's see what else we got. History and Hidden Gems tour. I mean, you could do like Ghost Tour. I think Charleston Ghost Tour, but that's kind of the experiences. This is where, yeah, you could. Oh wait, Ghost Tour is literally right there. I might have seen it subconsciously, but that's kind of the background on experiences, kind of how you can do that. So number 3, the new app. So they've redesigned the app. A lot of it is the same, but kudos to Airbnb for always kind of being the front runner with this. The app, I honestly, not a lot has changed on the app. I do think the pricing changes is actually a huge upgrade. This is what I think they've snuck in, and it's they haven't really talked about it. So what I mean by the pricing changes is you had like Airbnb smart pricing. I always called it dumb pricing because it's terrible. If you're thinking about using it, don't use it. Just sign up for Price Labs. The $10-$20 is completely worth it. I will say the new pricing changes is actually like pretty dang good. It's pretty dang accurate. I still am a fan of Price Labs. I think Price Labs is the best out there. It's the best tech in this industry by far. But the pricing changes, you can essentially, I wish I could show it. Actually, let me see if I can show it on here. Maybe you guys can get a little peek behind the curtain. So you've got up here, up at the top, you've got like this price. It looks like a little price tip. And then you click it, and then you've got like, you can see what it's priced at. Hopefully you can see this, what it's priced at currently. And then what they're like suggesting to price it at. So some of these are like Vrbo bookings, but they'll kind of show you what it looks like there. Let me actually make this full screen. Give me 1 second. So like the 20th right here, you can see that it's 650. It's priced at $654 for next Saturday. They're wanting to price it at $485. This is like a high-end property here. I'm not going to do that, but it's pretty cool that you can. Let me see. You can go into the listing and like click the dates and click similar listings, and you can actually see, like you can compare what's booked and what's not booked. So you can toggle, hopefully I don't screw this up, unbooked and then booked. And then you can actually see like what these properties are booked at. So like this anywhere from 280 to 420 for that specific property. And you can actually see on the map, like where everything's at. I think it's pretty cool. Not perfect. I still think Price Labs has all the data. I would always go with Price Labs right now. Maybe a year from now, I change my thought. But the pricing from the app is actually really, really good. Even if you don't have Price Labs, like that's going to be probably better than you just kind of firing from the hip and saying my price, my property's worth $400, where everybody else is worth $250. So kudos about the new app. And then policy number 4. Megan, price tips is nice. Yes, I know we've talked a decent amount about the price tips. Let's see. Oh, okay, sweet. You beat me to it. Also can check booked and unbooked similar listings in Airbnb. Yes, so like the host that only has like 1 or 2 properties, you might not set up Price Labs. I think it's worth it. I would have done it from the jump, but you might want to just use the Airbnb pricing. It is actually it's gotten a lot better. So kind of how about that property number 4? Point number 4, the policy changes. So this is a court case that came down. I've got a Notion SOP, like an internal SOP about what we're doing about the policy changes. So it is essentially a court case. I don't know where it was, but they essentially passed it to where it's like no junk fees. And let's see, no, I think it's, if you just look up no junk fees case, you'll find it. Plenty of articles about it. But all it does, it reduces it makes you transparent on all of your fees. So you can't like have any hidden fees, right? Airbnb and Vrbo and all these platforms are getting so much backlash of like, oh my God, like my price is $100 a night, cleaning fees $200, and then you got service fees and taxes on top of that. And the stay goes from $100 a night to $600 somehow. Our properties just get booked. Like our average length of stay is like 12 nights or something, 10 or 12 nights. So like we don't really see that. But if you're in a vacation market and you're only booking Friday and Saturday, it's going to be a little bit different, because especially on the economy side, like if you've got a one bed in the city and you're competing specifically with hotels, all these fees are going to add up very quickly. But if you have like a bigger single family home, and it's $500 a night and you charge $250 for cleaning, and you get 2 nights, it's $1,000, or 3 for $1,500. $1,500 and $1,700 aren't that much different. But if you go from like $100 and your cleaning fee is another $100, that's a big discrepancy there. So they're just all that to say they're making it transparent as possible. From the guest side, let's see. I just got the pop-up and I think I clicked out of it. So they're essentially grouping from the guest perspective, the cleaning fee into they're rolling everything into one. So if I go to this property right here, and if I look at, prices include all fees. So they rolled it out in tiers, but now I think it's everywhere. You essentially, you have everything here, and this includes your cleaning fee. So this property is not actually $130 a night. It's probably $90 a night with a $80 cleaning fee. I hope my math is right there. And then you go to reserve. Let's see. So they break out the taxes. You can click the price breakdown, but once again, they don't even show it to you anymore. So the way that I think about this is what's the best way to explain this? The algorithm hasn't updated quickly enough to this change. On Airbnb, the change, they included all the fees, and hopefully I'll probably lose some of you guys, but stick with me. So if you've got a property, let's say $200 a night, and then the cleaning fee is $100 on average, that is essentially $300 for one night or $500 for 2 nights. And it's shown to the guest at $500. The algorithm hasn't caught up yet. It's not quick enough to determine, and all the hosts have to like adopt this. I get the question all the time of like, hey, should I just, now that all the fees are into one, should I just remove my cleaning fee and put it in the accommodation fee? The answer is no. Like, no, 100%. I've split tested this for a property with year-over-year data. What we did was we pulled the cleaning fee out, we made it 0, and we added it to the accommodation fare. So in that example where it's $200 a night, $100 cleaning fee, we made it 0 cleaning fee and $300 a night. What that did from the guest side, now it is no different. But the algorithm side, it looked at that $200 property and it jumped it from $200 a night with a $100 cleaning fee to $300 with no cleaning fee. So whenever guests were looking, it looked the same from the guest perspective, but the views plummeted, the conversion rate plummeted, the booking to click, the listing to booking conversion rate plummeted. If you're not sure about those, I have a completely separate training on like the 4 main things on Airbnb that you want to look at to know where you're messing up and what to fix. But all of those, we split tested that for a month, and it just freaking plummeted. Do not do it as of right now, June 2025. Now, hopefully I don't eat my words. If we come back and rewatch this in 2026 or 27. But as of right now, do not do it. So all that to say, the transparent fees, make sure you kind of understand that from the guest perspective and now the host perspective. It's a little bit different from both sides. So I honestly, I like it. I think this is a really good move for the industry. It has been such a freaking target on our backs of like all these fees, host fee, linen fee, electricity, hot tub fee, like all this crap. You're going to see it all up front. The guests are going to see it all up front, and it just makes for a better community, better environment when everything is shown up front. Cleaning fee versus no cleaning fee. Hopefully that makes sense. It's kind of an advanced topic. And then the case study was don't do it. Save you a lot of time and stress for that. What questions does everybody have for these specific points? The policy changes. We got the new app, the Airbnb services, and the redesign experiences. How are you guys using this from a host perspective? We got a decent amount of hosts on here. How have you thought of anything creative that I may have missed, or something you've seen work or not work? I'm gonna kind of click around as we get some questions in here. That's a sweet house right here. Look at this photo. That's sick. Oh, a little tiki hut. Man, I want to book this place. Heated pool. Oh man, this thing is optimized. Look at this. Waterway, heated pool, hot tub. You got. I wish we'd have two different photos from these, but I did some listing audits. I think it was last week. Man, I got so much good feedback. I had one girl that I did a audit book 30 days, like the next day. I had another one. She had like, wasn't because of me, it was actually before, but she had like seven bookings. Man, it's crazy. Another guy, I think he got like in a Tetris booking where it's like you have a long reservation, a long one, and there's a gap, kind of like Orphan Night, and it just completely fit there after we did his audit. I should probably do more audits. I think that was super helpful. Megan, nothing to add on the topic, but I did confirmation that eventually we were able to create our own precise formula for revenue data in reporting. For Airbnb specific, create our own precise formula for revenue data in reporting. Yeah, I mean that would be very, very cool. I wonder if it's something similar to what we have in Price Labs now with all the data there. But whoa, look at this one. I want to do a unique stay like this. Like this is just normal single family home, but man, look at that little dome. That is a scroll stopper if I've ever seen one. This is pretty cool. Oh, Megan. Okay. Revenue plus fees in Price Labs. Okay. Yeah. Makes sense. That is sweet. Yeah. This place is crushing it. Yeah. All right. Without any other questions, we are going to get rolling. I think the next one, I don't know about you guys. I've been sitting on this AI prompts with like, I've been diving into Chat GPT and AI. I don't know if anybody else has, but man, we're just scratching the surface. I'm going to do a completely different training on AI, how we're using it, things that I've learned with like custom GPTs, the projects feature, integrating like softwares within AI. It is, man, I'm able, I explain it to people. I'm able to do like 10 hours worth of work in 8 hours just because I have AI on my side every single day. If you're not using it, you are just dive in, try it. The easiest way I think about it is use it instead of Google. If you're Googling something, just open up Chat GPT or Anthropic or Claude or any of the other ones. Just use that instead, and you can chat back and forth. I'm going to do a completely separate topic on this. Once I kind of figure out exactly what I want to talk about, there is so much to really digest with AI. God, it's like, I want to create like a revenue manager, not chatbot, custom GPT to where I can train it exactly how I want to do it. Like remove reviews for me, be my little assistant, like answer my emails. Like it's pretty freaking cool where all this technology is going to go. But that's going to be a future training all in itself. If you have a specific topic that you want me to cover, please let me know. This has been nothing but good feedback on these trainings. It's my version of giving back to you guys. I want to be the host that I had whenever I first started. So that's why I'm doing all this weekly, 2 free calls. Let me know if you have any